Excited, just waiting for the game one. I mean, just over the weekend you knew who we're going to play against, and now you actually have different faces and different players that you actually think about and get ready for playing against.
Does the mood in the room change at all now that the playoffs are here compared to the regular season? Is it more intense?
I think so, yeah. I think you can tell that everybody's just excited. We talk about different players, about their team. You can just tell that everybody's ready and getting ready to play them.
What do you remember from those 3 early meetings with the Ducks? Anything?
Well, they're core players. They've been here, over there for many years, and we've faced them a bunch of times and played a one playoff series against them. And they have a lot of experience, a lot of big forwards. Maybe their defense is something that we can find something, but it's a really good team. They won their own division. It's an extremely tough opponent, so should be a fun series, and I'm really looking forward to that.
What do you remember from that playoff series 5 years ago, and do you expect more of the same?
I remember we won the series in 6 games. It was a tight series. I remember Timo Solana scored like 5 goals against me, and but yeah, it was a big series win. I mean, that was a huge one, but I mean the same players, Perry Ketzlaff, Cam Fowler, guys like that, really good players, and you just have to prepare as a team for, you can't just think about a guy like that. You have to have your teammates, really getting ready to play against those big guys.
The fact that they allowed fewer goals in the league than anybody this year, how much of a challenge is that for you to make sure that you're 100%?
Yeah, I need to try to make saves, and yeah. I mean, my job is pretty simple. It never changes, and my job, I just try to focus on that. But I mean, it brings a challenge. Their power play was #1 in the league. Their PK was #1. So special teams, they've done a really good job this year, and that's a lot of times it comes to special teams battles, and who is going to win the game, and so we really got to get ready for that area of the game. And but like I said, my job is just to try to stop the puck, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Anything different that you do to get in playoff mode than in the regular season?
I mean, just the preparation-wise, I mean, you focus more on their players, individuals, and you just try to do everything as well as you can, but at the same time you try not to stress about it, or you still try to stay even keel and do the same stuff you do before the regular season games. But I think you just maybe point your focus a little bit differently.
Becca, you've even said a couple times this year that your play at times hasn't lived up to your own very high standards. How do you feel about where you are at heading into this series?
I feel like I had a pretty good end to the season, and the last stretch of games, I feel like as a team and myself improved my play, and as a team we played better. But I feel really excited. I feel like even though I can't be personally totally happy with my season, it's a great accomplishment to make the playoffs. It's not an easy league, and so it almost gives you like a second chance. It's a new season, and really there's no regular season stats. It doesn't mean anything anymore, and you just go out there and play and try to do the best job you can, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Playoff hockey often comes down to the hot goaltender. From your experience in the past, is it easy to carry play into the playoffs? Does it feel like a totally different animal when you get out there? What's it like?
It feels different. It is different because it's everything. It's expectations. Everything. You're excited for the series. It is a different animal. You can't. You want to say it's the same thing as playing a regular season game, but it's not. It's everybody. Everything gets ramped up, and and everybody's more excited. You get nervous before the game, and it's a good feeling. And I really look forward to that feeling.
How crucial is game one on the road? Is the pressure more so on the home team there?
Yeah, it is. It is big. I feel like we're in a pretty good situation here. Go out there and you know, we feel comfortable where we are as a team, and I feel like, you know, them winning their division maybe have, you know, most of the pressure, but we as a team we know that we can you know what we can do.
What was your reaction when you found out it would be the Ducks, not the Kings?
We knew it was going to be a good team one way or the other, so we knew we were going to California. We knew it was going to be a team that's played really well and has had a lot of success.
You played them 3 times, but the last time was so long ago. Are the Ducks a completely different team than when you faced them November 17th?
They're playing really well. I mean, they're the hottest team in the league right now. They're a team a lot of people picked Ducks to come out of the West and compete for a Stanley Cup, win a Stanley Cup, and I think the second half of the year they played to that level of expectation. You know, they're a good hockey team. They're well balanced.
Can you even go back and use the film from those early games, or is that an overrated aspect at this point?
No, we'll use a little bit of everything. I always think relevant is better. It's whatever we do, it's the same, right? They haven't played us in the last month. We haven't played them in the last month. If they want to see us against them, they got to go backwards too. I'm sure they will. I know we will. We'll also look at what they're doing right now and the lines and who's playing well and their power plays and penalty kills, so everything will get examined.
How big of a concern is the layoff? I mean, you've got some guys who won't even be on the ice for over a week in a competitive situation.
I think we're going to be fine. You know, there's two schools of thought to that. One is they're rested, and one is they got to get going. But they're going to be off for a while too. You think about it; they played yesterday, so you know they're off for 4 or 5 days as well. I'm not worried about that. I'd rather have our guys healthy and ready to play.
Peter, as a championship-winning coach, what is the key? I mean, this is a very broad question, but what is the key for a team to have that kind of success in the postseason, especially in a franchise that hasn't had it yet?
I think there's a lot of things that factor into it. I can't just tell you that it's special teams. You know, there's more to it than that. There's discipline that factors into it. There's specialty teams. There's team play. There's goals scored at the right time, overtime goals, goaltending factors into it. There's so many things that factors into it. Good health, good luck, good bounces. There's a lot of things that factor into making it out of the first round, and that's always a difficult challenge. So we're excited. You know, I know our guys have worked hard to get to this point, and the postseason we're excited to play, and it should be great.
Peter, is there any magic recipe for capturing kind of that lightning in the bottle to get on the first round?
No, I don't think so. I think like anything, a regular season or when you get on a little bit of a run or you put something together that you're proud of, you got to go out and do the work on a daily basis, and you got to play the games as they come. I mean, we'll be ready for game one, I can tell you that. So our guys are excited to go play. I don't know if there's a recipe for it. You can't just draw something on the board and say if we do this, we're going to be fine. We actually got to go and play the games and do all those things that we talk about.
Is there anything you talk to your team about now that you may not have talked to them about during the regular season?
I think there's always things with regards to playoffs. I mean, the buildup is always greater in playoffs, so you're constantly talking about the added pressure of discipline or dealing with the media or how we handle things internally. You pay a little bit more attention to systems, especially early on in a series. Just making sure that you got your bases covered on what you need to do and what the opposition might be doing. But after that, it unfolds as hockey. And like I said, the team that does more things better, more things correct, probably has a good chance of being successful.
Do you have a better sense of your team going into the playoffs this year, just from the experience in last year's going in maybe a year ago?
You know, so I think last year was an important year for our guys. Like if you look back on that series when we removed Shea Weber and Mike Fisher from the series, a couple of guys that actually had some playoff experience and carried some weight with regard to the playoffs in the room, and we lost those 2 guys. That left it up to a lot of young guys. And I really like the way our young guys played in the playoffs last year. I think that's a valuable experience against a good hockey team. We did a lot of good things. We came out on the wrong side of the series. That was disappointing. So there's some things I think that experience-wise that we gained as a group from last year. Again, that doesn't mean that we are taking this next step, but we're not taking the next step. I think that'll depend on what we do in California and what we do when the Ducks come here. And that's really what it comes down to. But I do think that the experience we gained last year was good. We had a lot of young players, a lot of young guys.
Do you have more conversations with the younger players, or do you just let them kind of?
There's conversations with everybody, with regard to roles and what we're going to be doing and how we're going to play. Systems, there's always meetings.
Colin Wilson was one of the young guys that really stepped up in last year's series. He hasn't had the year he wanted, but do you look for him to maybe take it to another level?
I really like, even in practice today, his line was really good when they were together at the end of the season. I thought they played really good. I think Colin's capable of having big games and giving us some really good minutes. Opportunity, the playoffs come around, it's an opportunity for a fresh start for everybody. Whether you had a good year or a bad year, it's like I said before, you gotta make your way every day in the playoffs as a player, as a team, and that's how you find success.
Anaheim leads the league in both power play and penalty kill.
Thanks for reminding me that. Appreciate that.
Obviously rare, and what do you do to try to be efficient against?
We're going to have to be sharp. I mean, they didn't get those two numbers being number one in both categories by chance. They're very good at it. That's going to be a challenge for our group.
The addition of Johansson, how does he increase the team from the start of the year and certainly last year?
Well, I think since he's been here, he's given us that big centerman that can make plays, makes other people better on the ice, layers our forwards in a good position, I think. Takes down a lot of minutes, and will continue to get better, I believe, as he matures through his career. He's still a young kid, but there's no question that since he's gotten here, our team has taken a turn in the right direction.